Hey, Tim Harridge here. I'm here with George. Say hi, George.
Hey.
This is a house at 13707 Birch Lawn in Farmers. I wholesaled this house to George last week and thought it'd be neat to just stop by, see what he was up to, and see what all he's done. So he's fixed the foundation and looks like he's getting ready to rip the roof off. So I asked him to take us through the house, tell us about it, tell us what he's doing. We can look at the before and after later. George?
All right. Well, come on in. Obviously, on the outside, Tim, we got to do what I'm going to probably do because it's going to be a rental property. I'm not going to resod it. I'm going to till up this ground and basically throw a bunch of seeds down so we get at least some winter rye, and then in the summertime I'll put down some Bermuda seeds and try to germinate that. But yeah, the roof is a 20-year roof. I could probably get away with keeping it for another year, but at the end of the day, let's kind of rip it off and put a 30-year dimensional on this and just kind of call it a day. So come on in here. We've got some large trees. Right here, I've kind of decided you got like a 6-inch slant here because of this tree. But these are the types of things that, as a flip, I might go ahead and fix this. But as a rental property, I'll keep it as is. Right here, I'm gonna. We had to put some. I think there were 25 piers on this house.
Yeah, there were a lot.
So, here, I'm just gonna put a nice slate. I'm gonna put slate here to kind of cover up these holes. I'm gonna take this off and go. I've got a slate roof coming on, so I'll go with kind of a burgundy, rustic, dark, warm colors here. So it really complements it. I'll do an accent, probably not black, but maybe a burgundy. And I'll just kind of, once the roof, I'll get my color palette and to come out here. But this is probably going to be a dark blues, hues, and burgundy. In here, carpet, right here, what I'm going to do is I like monolithic. Monolithic, the definition of monolithic is when you walk in the door, I don't like to see a lot of different styles of flooring. I think it expands, it makes it look a lot bigger. If you come in and everything's tile, everything's carpet, or everything is, I like for rental properties vinyl, just thick vinyl flooring for rental properties that has, that looks like hardwood. So when they come in, everything's going to be dark hardwoods. It's vinyl, but it looks like hardwoods. And here was it was closed in, and there was like an opening right here. And basically, to just give this a bigger feel, I knocked out this. This wasn't a load-bearing wall, so knock this out. All of this is going to be vinyl. It comes in here to this breakfast nook, all the way into the kitchen. And so we're retexturing now that gave it a couple days to let the house. Really, you should wait more than a couple days, but. We're retexturing. This was all wallpaper, so we just went with a light, trowel. And I like the Killing Beige and the Latte. You know that.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
I like it.
Why fight? One of the things I liked about this, Tim, is we had money in this for a new roof and the HVAC. And so this thing has probably a 4-ton unit, and this is around 1,800 square feet. What is this? It's around 1,800, I think. It's average size bedrooms. This is a good secondary bedroom. The hot water heater is a couple years old. I thought about replacing all the windows, but again, I want to get in and out of this thing for as cheap as I can, but really, the high-ticket items. Let's get the foundation done. Let's take care of and the HVAC has already been done, and then let's do most of this. But I'm going to flip it 5 years from now. Let's wait on the windows. Here, I don't know if you can see this. When they lifted the foundation, you see, and I thought about ripping all this tile out and starting from scratch, but this is about what would you say, 1/4 inch?
Yeah.
I think I told my guys, let's regrout all this stuff. We've got let's regrout everything and call it a day. And I'll put a nice, 4-light fixture, a nice chunky mirror here. And anyway, I'll recoat this, because it's in bad shape. But once you start demoing, it's like peeling an onion.
Yeah.
You got layer after layer after layer. So here's kind of the master suite, which it's not expansive, but what they did is they added on to the house. So this is a 10 by 12 room, which I know is going to hurt me when I go to flip it because it's not 14 by 15, but you've got this secondary area here, which hopefully will compensate. You've got a nice full bath here and a utility room back here.
What are you going to do in here with these vanities and mirrors and this shower enclosure that's all that old marble?
Yeah. I'm not really, I wasn't planning on, I was going to recaulk and re-silicone everything, but I've got to give you a quote to not rip this out, but again, rental property.
Right.
If it's usable, it's just cosmetic, I would say let's keep it. Yep. If you're flipping, I'd rip it out, retile it. But
right.
If it's not a safety thing, then let's just let's reseal everything and rent it out for 5 years and sell it when it's the top of the market.
Right.
So, again, I've seen a lot worse countertops. So everything in here, we're just going to repaint. On the mirror, I probably will put a little wood trim. See these edges? They're all kind of. I'll try to put a wood trim to just kind of give it a fresh look. That's one that's an inexpensive way. Or they have beveled glass where you can just kind of buy the pieces, but wood is usually what I do. And here's the utility room. It's got a little closet with a work.
Little deep sink?
Yeah, deep sink. It's nice. They added on to this, and I wish the math bedroom was a little bigger, but if that's the worst thing, I think we'll be all right. Let's roll out here. Now, Tim, when I came over here originally, all of this was framed in. This was kind of like, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was almost like a little sunroom. It was enclosed through there and then in through here.
Yeah, but it was wood, and so basically we just demoed all that. You remember all the rotted wood?
Yeah.
Instead of ripping all that off, let's just put a nice 1x6 and trim it out and just trim the whole way. And that's one way, if you can look over here, because this MDF stuff always kind of starts curling up, and I think this is going to make it look a lot better.
Well, you said you were going to do something interesting over here.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is, this has got to go. There's no way. You got to replace this. But instead of putting a window, I wanted to put 2 full French doors and have 2 windows, 2 big French door windows to the side. So this will be, 2 doors that open, and then we're going to do have it all one piece. So when they walk in, they can basically open this up. I'll put a little, sitting area over here, and I think when I'm staging this for even a tenant, I'm not going to have a problem because I think this is going to be a very expansive look and feel.
Well, that's smart because even as a landlord, windows like that can be a safety hazard for a kid that could run through them, etc. So that's very smart. And George got rid of the shed. There was, if you watched the before video, there was a shed right there on that pad, and I'm sure a tenant will put a nice doghouse on it.
Yeah.
And ultimately, if you ever have to evict them, that's less junk you'll have to move because there won't be a shed full of their stuff.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice quiet area. It's a nice good-sized backyard. It's got a lot of potential for flip, but again, it's not.
Well, that's kind of one of the things you target, George. I mean, your rentals, you don't like the slumlord type rentals. You look for rentals, and so if you're watching this video and you want to learn more about George, some of the things he does is actually he takes rentals like this and fixes them up and then sells them on a turnkey basis.
Right.
You can check out RoddyRentals.com, RODDY Rentals.com, and check out Roddy.com to meet George. And heck, if you want to learn how to find these houses and flip them, check out FlipThatContract.com. George, thanks for your time, man.
See ya.